Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat, was on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert November 20th. She said some interesting things, some of which were even true.
We got into this fight over health care where one political party, Democrats, said no. Health care is a basic human right, and we fight for basic human rights.
Warren said the Democratic Party says health care is a basic human right. Yes, they say that. Warren also said that the Democratic Party fights for basic human rights. Well, to borrow a phrase from Seth Meyers, really? Really? I mean, really? At the Democratic Party's 2016 National Convention, there were several fights over the party's platform. One faction, the Progressives, wanted a plank that endorsed a single-payer universal health care system. Another faction, the Hillary faction, didn't want that in the platform and fought to keep it out, and they succeeded. The Democratic Party did put in their 2016 platform a plank that said health care is a human right and endorsed universal health care. But their plan for implementing it is a patchwork of programs based mostly on for-profit health insurance corporations. It is needlessly inefficient and costly and is not universal. Further, some Democratic Party leaders don't support the view that health care is a human right, and even more of them oppose the only way to get universal coverage that is affordable for the nation, and that is a single-payer system. The senior Republican in the Democratic Party, Senator Dianne Feinstein, also one of the richest women on the planet, rejects single-payer. I wonder why.
Money.
Democratic congressional leaders also reject single-payer. I wonder why. And the Democratic Speaker of the California Assembly blocked a bill that would have implemented a single-payer system in the state. Heck, if tiny Scandinavian nations can do it, California, with the 7th or 8th largest economy in the world, can do it too. Go California! But as I've said before, ignore what they say. Look at what they've done and haven't done when they had the political power to do things. During the first few years of Bill Clinton's term, Democrats had the political power to give us universal health care. They didn't. What they tried to give us, Hillary Clinton's idea of a health insurance plan, was so convoluted and unpopular, it died in the Congress. Democrats had an even better opportunity in the first years of Obama's term. Instead, they gave us an essentially Republican health insurance plan based on private, for-profit health insurance and pharmaceutical corporations. The Democrats should have called the ACA Romneycare because it was based on the plan Republican Mitt Romney implemented in Massachusetts when he was governor there. Republicans demonized the plan for several reasons. The further to the right the Democratic Party moves, the further to the right the Republican Party must move. The center of the Democratic Party is now where the center of the Republican Party used to be in the mid-1950s. And the health corporations loved the ACA because it gave them a gravy train of government subsidies. And do you know what they've been doing with some of that money? Yep, they've been recycling it into the accounts of the politicians. Recently, there was some Democratic-sponsored bills introduced in Congress to implement a single-payer system. And some more Democrats are paying lip service to it. Why? Because they know it doesn't have a snowflake's chance in hell of passing. So it's safe for them to pretend they support it without posing any actual threat to their investors, their donors. And as you may be aware, the Democratic Party recently said in federal court that what they say is, after all, just political speech, and they are not bound by what they say. So don't take what they say seriously. Now, when your party has repeatedly refused to enact universal health care, when the leaders of your party refuse to support universal health care, I find it a little disingenuous to go on national TV and claim that your party is the party, the one and only party, that claims health care is a human right. First, It misrepresents other political parties, like the Green Party, that do hold health care as a human right and have endorsed universal health care since their founding. Second, it's just a lie.